If you want to learn how to blend better with acrylics, save this video. There's a few elements that goes into blending realistically, so let's start from the beginning, okay? So you just got yourself a brand new canvas. You want to tear it open and go crazy, right? That's a no-no. Not all canvases are built the same, so you want to add a couple layers of paint primer, which is gesso, and then when it dries, sand it down with a little sandpaper, but not too much. Now that your canvas is ready, now you can start painting, but first, let's talk about paintbrushes. Until you somewhat get the blending techniques down packed, my advice to you is to stay away from watercolor brushes. Sometimes watercolor brushes tend to fray like this, so when it gets wet, it kind of does this. So when you go out to buy your paintbrushes, just make sure that they're acrylic brushes or oil paint brushes. Now let's discuss brushes specific for blending. You have an angular shader, you have a filbert brush, you have a flat shader, you have a round shader. Now you don't have to limit yourself to these brushes when it comes to blending, but these are what I personally use, and it makes it a lot easier when you're starting out. So let's talk a little bit about blending techniques. You have what's called wet on wet blending, which is blending one wet color into another wet color before it dries. Another technique you have is called dry blending, whereas you add paint on the canvas and you take something like this and you just soften the edges. Ultimately, you want to layer your paint to get that realistic look, so if it looks bad in the beginning, it's okay, just keep going. Me personally, I prefer to use golden open acrylic because it's slow drying. If you don't use this stuff here, don't worry, I got something else for you. You can use a paint retarder, which slows the drying time of your paint. You can also use a glazing medium, which also does the same thing, but it also thins your paint and allow you to have transparent colors, and then you're able to layer your colors to get that more realistic blended appeal. Alright, so that's it for this video. If you guys need a step-by-step breakdown of these techniques, just leave a comment below. Also save this video and yeah, do me a favor, man, hit that follow button. I'm out.